Good day to you, brothers and sisters, in this wonderful creation that is I Am. Shout out to Divinity for giving us all the opportunity to experience the various parts of life that we're experiencing. Ultimately, duality. Good, bad, left, right, up, down, positive, negative, light, darkness, etc., etc. Gotta throw in male and female. The ultimate duality. The masculine and the feminine. That said, brothers and sisters, I got a quick message for you. And I do hope for myself it's quick, because once I start running my mouth, in my head, the message is about, I should say, the way I'm thinking the message across is about 5 minutes long, but the shit ends up being 30 minutes long. So I'm hoping that's not the case today, but real quick, a few things has been happening around me. And I feel as though it's happening because I need to share it with the collective so that some of you that are unaware of what is taking place, you could become aware of it and start to better prepare for what is taking place within the reality. Now then, that said, today's message, well, what's the intro? Wishing you nothing but peace and love wherever you is. Love, joy, happiness with a hint of adversity, yada, yada, yada. Remember, well, the man blindly follows the truth. Remember, nothing is true. Well, the men are limited by morality or by laws. Remember, everything is permitted. Yeah, you know where all that is coming from. I'm trying to get to the point of this message right now. Point of this message, brothers and sisters, is going to be dealing with this. The topic of this message is going to be these devices that these motherfuckers that wants to control and manipulate your perception has handed to us. I mean, every grand invention within the human evolution was created to serve the development and evolution of humanity, but those that are in the position of power, those that invested in the technology, in the invention being created and with the intention to serve humanity, these motherfuckers, they had other intention. Ultimately, there's a lot of scientists, there's a lot of inventors, there's a lot of pioneers that have come forth and had wonderful ideas as to how human beings could progress in their evolution. They had wonderful invention to make the human experience easy, relatively easy. But these parasites that love control, the control over mankind, these parasites, these insignificant speck, hiding and pretending to be human beings that, as I said, love this control over mankind. They have other agenda. They have other plans for these inventions that the wisest amongst us have strived to create and serve with their brothers and sisters. Some of the research I have done on some of these men and women, these great men and women, have revealed to me that their ideas, they wanted so badly to just birth it into reality that they were willing to allow these investors to have a say-so in how they were able to share their invention with the rest of their brothers and sisters. Most of our brothers and sisters that got these wonderful ideas, originally the plan was not to use it to obstruct the growth and development of human beings. Their intention was to expand the awareness of the human consciousness, to make life easy for the human consciousness, to make life better, to make life more enjoyable, more pleasant, to make the human being just better. But again, because they did not have the funds to fund their own invention, they had to play by somebody else's rule. They had to allow those who were funding their projects, those who were funding their ideas, they had to allow them to have a say-so in how their invention were to be shared or expressed within the human collective. All what I'm saying is leading to simply this, brothers and sisters. This invention, at some point, whoever had the idea originally, I'm sure their plan was that human beings will use this to be able to connect with each other more easily. But as I said, those who funded this project, they had other plans. What am I referring to? Ultimately, what have led to the inspiration of this message is the fact that this bullshit, well, I shouldn't call it bullshit because it is quite helpful if you are the one using the technology as opposed to the technology using you. It's helpful in that sense. But this thing right here lately has been doing something within my reality. The truth be told, brothers and sisters, if I didn't need this thing, I would not have it. And when I say need right now, there are certain things that I need done, and this is the only thing that is able to help me complete that task. Like some of my research, some of my studies, some things I need to do. I need this. And ultimately, society or those who wants to manipulate the world to move in whatever direction, they're trying to set this thing up in a way where everything is done off of this device. Cashless society, your movement, location is tracked effortlessly. I mean, everything you do, your whole life is on this thing. That is their goal. And truth be told, I don't like it. The idea of being tracked, I hate that. That's like an animal that got some GPS device within it, and everywhere the animal go, we're able to watch for whatever the fuck it is that the animal is doing. We're able to know where it is. We're even able to listen to what the fuck the animal is listening to. I hate the idea that somebody has the audacity to literally be spying on me, listening to my conversation, monitoring everything that I do through this device. And again, it goes back to the motherfuckers that funded this project, because I'm sure whoever came up with the idea originally, they didn't sit there like some perverted asshole thinking, well, I'm going to sit here and create a device where I can spy on people without their consent. I'm sure that was not the inventor's idea when this was given to him, when this gift of cell phone was given to them. But these parasites, again, they figure, well, this is a way for them to be connected, but what if we're able to listen in their conversation? Going even further, what if even if when they're not on the phone communicating with one another, what if through the speaker that is in the phone, we could just tap into it and listen to them without their consent? Let's go even further. Back in the day, cell phones used to have battery that you're easily able to remove. Nowadays, these motherfuckers, you can't remove the battery. Have you ever wondered why? The cameras, these motherfuckers are able to tap into your camera without your consent. Again, we funded it. We can do whatever the fuck we want with your project. I get that. That's not what's irking me. That's not what bringing up this whole message, brothers and sisters. What sparked this message is the fact that being that I'm an observer and I'm just paying attention to my reality, I'm noticing this motherfucker right here is literally learning me. Learning how I use it and then modifying itself in such a way that it is working against me. What you talking about, Unique? Bro, these devices, if you haven't realized it yet, depending on how you're using it, what you're doing on it, this motherfucker is studying you. And as it is studying you, it's literally learning how to either get you more addicted to it or get on your nerves if you know what is going on. For me, it's getting on my nerve because I don't entertain bullshit. The technology, I use it, it doesn't use me. But it has the audacity to think that it can actually pull one over on me. Again, what am I talking about? I don't do updates on my phones. I mean, generally, I only use this motherfucker right here to call, to text, to watch documentary or videos on YouTube, to do whatever research I'm doing on Google. And ultimately, when it comes to the whole information, I don't trust it 100%. I trust my inner guts. Why am I not trusting this 100%? These motherfuckers control the information that is fed into this thing. So just because I go online and I do research on something and it says that, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to take it word for word. I'm still going to rely on myself, go read books here and there. Point is, just because it said what it's on here, it don't make it true, because the motherfuckers that are behind this technology, they are in control of what information goes to who. That's why I said, in this reality, what other man blindly follows the truth. Remember, nothing ain't fucking true until you accept it as true for yourself, by yourself, through yourself. Back on topic. I don't generally update these motherfuckers, but this phone right here, it gets to the point where when I don't update it for so long, it updates by itself. Something I found out, I'm like, okay, I didn't update you, but you updated yourself. All right, cool. But that wasn't an issue from the jump. It's been doing this for a very long time. It updates, cool. But lately, it did something that was very strange. It was strange in the sense that I'm the type, I don't fucking worry about news. I don't. The fuck I'm worried about news when someone is sitting behind a fucking screen reading what somebody in the government has handed them to read. Tell them the information we want them to receive, just like from this. Tell them, give to them the information we want them to receive. So I don't watch the fucking news. I don't have time for what is going on in the fucking world because it ain't got shit to do with me. 28 years I wasted doing that shit. There came a time in my life where when I was in this whole sleep state, I would wake up in the morning, watch the news before going to work, watch all the motherfucking negativity that they're selling to us, watching whatever script they're selling to. I would wake up, watch the news, pretending to be an adult and whatnot, because that's what I saw my father do when I was around him. Father would get up, watch the news, what is going on with the weather, and then after you watch the news a little bit, watch the weather a little bit, father gets dressed and go to work. So as I'm growing up too, I got my own space and I'm sitting here doing the same thing, following the program. And ultimately it led to the point where, as I said, I've woken up, now I'm doing things differently. I'm thinking differently. I'm making different moves and whatnot. I don't watch the news no more because I've learned it's a script. Somebody was creating my reality for me, telling me what the weather is going to be. And by telling me what the weather is going to be, I, being the creator, now create the suggested idea given to me by this motherfucker through the program, which is why you got television programming. These motherfuckers been programming us, you, for the longest. That's one reason why I don't watch the news. The second reason, why the fuck am I watching negativity 24/7? Every time you turn on the news, negativity, negativity, negativity. Someone is hurt here, someone is dying there, someone got shot there, someone is wounded there. Negativity. Niggas ain't got time for none of that shit no more. Still dragging this out. I don't watch the news. This shit knows that. Here's what this motherfucker did after it did its most recent update. Being that I don't watch the news and I don't give a fuck about what is going on, long story short, I'm now taking charge and responsibility for what goes into my conscious, what goes into my subconscious. I'm now being mindful of what information I receive, because I'm now learning that based on the information that I receive from external forces and internal forces, it has within it the power to influence my reality. So I'm very mindful right now as to what information I take into my subconscious in order that it may influence my reality. Hence, I don't watch the news because, again, this is another motherfucker with their own agenda, which is suggesting things to my unconscious in order that I may create it. Back to the story. I don't watch the news, so this motherfucker right here picked it up. He don't worry about what the fuck we telling everybody else to worry about. He's not monitoring none of this dumbass shit. So here is what I'm going to do after I update myself. Every morning, once he is done with whatever the fuck it is he's doing, every morning when he pick up the phone and opens it up, the first thing we're going to do is give him his daily briefing. This is what this motherfucker did. Something it never done before throughout, since cell phone came out back in the 90s or whenever it came out, and then we started getting this. I never had that shit. I had to literally take it upon myself to go on a news website before that would happen. But this motherfucker right here took it upon itself to now, every time I open my phone in the morning, the first thing I see, it calls it your daily briefing, and it has nothing but the news and whatever that is going on, shit that don't interest me. As soon as I open my phone, I don't click anything. As soon as you open this motherfucker, boom, here you go, news information right before you. Without my consent, this bitch decided to start making that move. Going throughout the day, I'm like, you open the phone, it will just pop it right in front of you. And then before you go to sleep at night, if you're doing anything, let's just say you want to pull out your phone and you want to look at the time, or you put it on the charger, or whatever you're doing, before you go to sleep, you open it up, this bitch pops it up. As I go throughout my day, it doesn't pop out as frequently, but the two most time that this motherfucker takes it upon itself to make sure it shows itself is in the morning when I wake up and right before I go to sleep. Why are those two times very important? And why did this bullshit right here take it upon itself to decide these are the two times we're going to literally specify that? I mean, we're going to make sure that you see your daily briefing. In the morning before you go, in the morning when you wake up, your brain is in that theta state, that relaxed, creative state where anything that is happening in that moment is going to influence your entire day. Theta. In the night, right before you're getting ready to go to sleep, and you get in that sleep, you're kind of sleepy, but not really all the way there yet, and you're getting ready to go to sleep, your mind gets back in that theta state. This motherfucker taking it upon itself. Because when you see whatever the fuck it is that flash at you, your unconscious gets it, and it's going to function off of it without your consent. And if you don't know what the fuck is truly happening, as soon as you wake up in the morning, that motherfucker flashes at you, boom, it got you. Because all they need to do is just flash it at you. All they need to do is just get you to look at it for a brief moment, just like this right here. As soon as you see that, boom, it goes. You take it away. You already seen it. It already went through the unconscious, influencing you. You'll hear a little bit of aggression or aggravation in the tone of my voice, because truth be told, this shit is aggravating. The very fact that this motherfucker, they really think that they could use something, a sly move like that, to try to bypass the conscious and go directly to the unconscious with their agenda. You never asked for it. I don't update my phone. I don't give a fuck about the updates. About the apps, I don't update apps. I don't got time. Sometimes it gets to the very last minute where the app says it's mandatory for you to update it, or else you can't go no further, to the point where you're trying to do something on the app and you can't do nothing until you update. That's the only time I will possibly update my app. But updating my phone generally, I don't care. Long as I can send my texts, long as I can make my calls, that's what the fuck matter. But the audacity of this motherfucker right here, to take it upon itself to flash at me news information right when I wake up in the morning without my consent, that pissed me off. To flash it at me again before I go to sleep, that pisses me off. Because now you're forcefully trying to literally force yourself into my unconscious. And fortunately enough, I know how to protect myself and defend myself from such invasion. Because if you've been on this journey for as long as I have, you start picking up tricks. You start knowing what these motherfuckers are trying to do. And then you are taught how to defend yourself through invisible forces. Because just like they're working in the shadows, the squad is back there working in the shadows to where, oh, that's what they're doing? Well, here you go. This is how you defend yourself against that. Here's how you protect yourself against that. I can't tell you what the fuck I be doing to protect myself, because that would be exposing. That's like, I mean, you engage in a battlefield, and now you out here literally, I mean, you engage in a battle. Now you're out here running your mouth about your defense. Now your enemy is literally watching your defense strategy, and now strategically working their maneuver. I mean, strategically working to now bypass your defense again. We don't do no shit like that. I'm simply bringing this to your awareness, brothers and sisters. You'll be careful with these motherfucking things. Personally, I've had experiences with these things where I feel as though this thing has its own conscious awareness within it. It literally functions by itself. It's like there's an entity residing within this device, and literally it has life of its own. Well, if I'm the type where I literally believe that rock has a conscious awareness within it, trees have conscious awareness within this.
Just trust me, my love. I, your God, got you. Anybody who desires to fight you has to first go through me. Let them come. They shall soon know that I am always right beside you like the wall of Jericho. None of them have any idea what is taking place in and around them.
Excuse that. The rock has conscious awareness, the tree has conscious awareness. So it makes sense to me that this thing has an awareness within it. Okay? It has an awareness within it. Some of you out there are completely oblivious to what information others are feeding you without your awareness, without your consent. This message is to simply bring into your awareness, pay attention to these devices and what information they are feeding you. And at what time. When you wake up in the morning, even if you go on Facebook, whatever time, or let's not say Facebook, even when you log onto whatever social media platform that you log into in the morning, pay attention to what are the first information that the algorithm is suggesting to you. And ask yourself, why is it suggesting it to you at that particular moment in time? In the morning when you're in the theta state. Why? Before you go to sleep, when you're in that theta state again, why? What information are you giving to me on my news feed? And why are you giving it to me? Did I request this? Does this have anything to do with my life, with the things that I watch? Is this thing interesting to me at all? Or are you putting things of your own that you want in my reality, in my awareness, in order that I may act upon it? Be careful with these devices, brothers and sisters. Use these technology and stop letting them use you. Because there's a lot of y'all out here that these motherfuckers are using y'all. Sometimes you got videos on your news feed and you click on it and you're watching it. Now next thing you know, you watching a bunch of shit that never interested you in the first place, but because the algorithm presented it to you, now you're there. I'm disappointed and I'm amazed, disappointed and amazed, because from the moment it started doing that, I literally look at the phone when I wake up in the morning. Before I wake up, I'm like, okay, so if I log into this bitch, the first thing I'm going to see is some new shit that I never asked for. Okay, let's prepare for that and let's figure out how we're going to get rid of it without even looking at it. But the idea that these motherfuckers literally knowing how I use the phone and then realizing, well, if he's not interested in these things, we have to find a way to put it in his awareness with or without his consent. That shit pisses me the fuck off, bro. It's to the point where I'm ready to leave this motherfucking phone and not fuck with it. But as I've said, for the time being, I need this bitch. I mean, you in a city where you don't really know nobody, you don't know nowhere, you need the phone and you need the GPS to get from point A to point B. So I need the phone. It ain't even about motherfuckers needing to get in contact with me. By this point, don't nobody need to get in contact with me because I don't fuck with nobody. Nothing against them. I move solo dolo. It's just me, myself, and I. It ain't gonna be like that forever, but for the time being, it's just me, myself, and I don't really give a fuck about that. I love that. But when it gets to the point where I know where it is I'm going, I'm gonna drop this motherfucker quick. Because the idea that you listening to me without my consent, you recording me without my consent, or some pervert is sitting on the other side of this screen watching me through that fucking camera without my consent, that's disgusting. I mean, as I said before, I've had cameras in the spot that I live. Bunch of pervert watching. For what? I don't know. And it is our fault. After that whole 9/11 shit, I mean, these motherfuckers, they've been listening and doing all these things. Thanks to another pioneer in this whole awakening people to the truth that they blindly are oblivious of. Edward Snowden revealing to us that these governmental entities have long been monitoring our conversation and shit. At this point, why would it be strange to believe that somebody is watching you through that camera? Why would it be strange to believe that somebody is listening to you? The very idea that I cannot remove the battery from this fucking device, it irks me. There are sometimes you just want absolute privacy where, am I alone with myself? Can I like literally just trust that I'm alone with myself? But with these motherfuckers, you can never tell. You can never fucking tell because we're listening. We're watching. And we're suggesting. Suggesting what? We're suggesting information through this device in order that you may act upon it. I'm gonna do 30 minutes. Be careful with these motherfuckers, bro. Be careful. Be mindful of what you're looking at on your news feed every day. Be mindful of what you're looking at when you wake up and before you go to sleep. Because them the 2 times they're trying to get you. Deuce, deuce.